So Spain is famously known for their canned seafood, especially sardines. Anyways, with that being said, today we're going to grab some canned sardines and create a delicious recipe from Spain. We're talking arroz con sardinas en conserva. This dish is basically rice that you cook with sauteed vegetables and spices, and then you finish it off with some canned sardines to take things to the next level. Folks, not only is this recipe very easy to make, but it comes together in a little over 30 minutes, and it's the kind of food that's going to fill your body with so much goodness. Alright, let's just dive right into this recipe. I'm going to heat a paella pan with a medium heat. The size of the pan I'm using is 30 centimeters, which is about 12 inches. To make this recipe, you can also use a regular fry pan. And I'm going to add in a quarter cup of extra virgin olive oil, which is about 60 milliliters. After a couple minutes, I'm going to add in 1 small onion that I finely chop, 4 cloves of garlic that I roughly chop, and 1 red bell pepper and 1 carrot that I finely chopped as well. And we'll mix the vegetables around, that way they're all coated in the olive oil. And as you know, I always like to mix this continuously, that way everything evenly sautés. After 3 to 4 minutes and the vegetables are lightly sauteed, I'm going to add in 1 teaspoon of sweet smoked Spanish paprika, which is 2.5 grams. And we'll give it a quick mix, that way the paprika is evenly coating all the vegetables. As always, the Spanish paprika I'm using is from Kiva. You'll find a link where you can get some in the description box below, and if you buy it from that link, you'll also get 25% off your order. Then we'll add in 2 tomatoes that have been finely grated. You can substitute this for half a cup of canned tomato sauce or passata, which is about 120 grams. And we'll season everything with sea salt and freshly cracked black pepper. And we'll give it a mix until everything's well mixed together, and then simmer it for a couple minutes without mixing the mixture. Once the grated tomato has slightly thickened, it's been cooking for about 4 minutes, I'm going to add in 3 cups of fish broth, which is 720 milliliters. Of course, you can use other types of liquids to make this rice, such as vegetable broth, chicken broth, or even water if you like. We'll also pinch in a quarter teaspoon of saffron threads, which is 0.17 grams. Link where you can get the golden saffron I'm using in the description box below. And 1 bay leaf. Then we'll turn it up to a high heat, give it a mix, and bring it to a boil. While the broth is heating, let's get our final ingredients ready. I'm going to measure out 1 cup of Spanish round rice, which is 190 grams. This is the rice that's typically used to make paella, very similar to arborio rice. You can use other types of rice to make this dish, just make sure to check the package instructions, that way your liquid to rice ratios are right on the money. We'll also reserve 1/3 cup of frozen peas, which is 55 grams. And crack open 2 cans of sardines in olive oil. And gently remove them. Alright, let's move back to the pan. Once the broth comes to a boil, I'm going to add in the 1 cup of rice. And we'll give it 1 final mix until everything's well mixed together. And like I always tell you, you don't want to overmix the rice around, otherwise it's going to start releasing its starch and it's going to lose its beautiful texture. After 9 to 10 minutes, you can see a lot of that broth has been absorbed by the rice, but there's still plenty of broth left. I'm going to lower it to a low-medium heat. Add in the 1/3 cup of frozen peas, which once again is 55 grams. And gently add in the sardines. And I like to add them in there in a circular design as it gives this dish a beautiful presentation. And we're going to simmer this for another 4 to 5 minutes or until all that broth has been absorbed by the rice. After about 5 minutes and there's virtually no broth left in the pan, I'm going to heat it to a medium-high heat and go for about 2 to 3 minutes. This is to achieve socorat, which is that beautiful layer of caramelized burnt rice underneath that takes this dish to the next level of goodness. Then we'll remove the pan from the heat and we'll cover it with some foil paper and a dishcloth and let it sit here for a few minutes. You know, by trapping that steam in there, it's what's going to ensure that each grain of rice is perfectly cooked through. After a couple minutes, we'll uncover the pan and we'll garnish it with some lemon wedges. Check it out, a Spanish-style rice with canned sardines. Once again known in Spain as arroz con sardinas en conserva. Beautiful presentation, super easy to make, and the best part, all done in a little over 30 minutes. Let's give it a try and see how it turned out. As always, folks, now it's time for the moment of truth. Let's see how this dish tastes. I'm telling you, it came out looking absolutely beautiful. A little bit of everything. Here we go. First things first, that rice is cooked right on the money. Such a great texture to it. So important to not overmix it once you add it in there. And the combination of all those vegetables with the spices and the canned sardines, explosion of so much goodness. Folks, serve this next to a crunchy baguette and of course a bottle of Spanish wine. More specifically from the wine region of Jumilla, you're gonna have yourself one heck of a delicious meal. Real quick before I go, a shout out to a couple of my patrons, Alan Sanchez, Kevin Moran, Lisa Larea, Marco Steenbergen, and Holly Parker. And guys, thank you so much for being patrons of Spain on a Fork. You know how much I appreciate you. If you enjoyed today's video, hit that like button as it really helps out the channel. Leave me a comment below. And as always, don't forget to share this video with your family and friends. That way our Spain on a Fork community can continue to grow. Till the next time, hasta luego.